انبسطتي؟
قوي.
طب حلو، يلا بقى نروح.
لا ده انا يا دوبك مبتدئين. هاي،
هاي.
ازاي؟
انا كويسه، انت عامله ايه؟
منوراني.
والله مبسوطه ان انا فعلا اخيرا قعدنا القعده دي.
يس.
on a personal and يعني everything، يعني بقالنا كتير قوي عايزين نقعد.
بالظبط.
what better occasion I think.
جوا دي بيف ليفل.
بجد خلاص يعني
ده الاحلى ليفل.
الديلوكس قعده.
Who are you?
I'm a girl. I'm a girl who's become a woman at a very young age, I think, because having living abroad and being independent since I was very young, I grew quite fast. So I'm a girl who turned into a woman, who became a woman who has a lot of dreams. The dreams that take me everywhere. My head is full of dreams. So I'm someone that dreams a lot, that aspires a lot.
ايه اكتر what's the most recent dream?
What's the most recent dream? لا يعني بصي, I have big dreams, but I try not to overwhelm myself with giving myself too big dreams. يعني I do a small dream and then I go to the next and then another small dream and then to the next.
Yes.
My dream, يعني in the closet dream مثلا has always been ان انا عايزه افتح a flower shop. بس ما بفهمش في الورد قوي, but I've always, probably because of my work and doing events مش عارفه ايه, I worked a lot with flowers and it always was that like little dream in the drawer, you know, like
They're beautiful.
Having a little flower shop in a cozy neighborhood that's just for the people that pass by that want to take to their house or they want to take for themselves or for their wives or for their girlfriends or for their brothers or whatever. يعني حاجة that is more community based and not commercial. بس يعني
Maybe one day.
maybe بس I really have no idea. I'm really going with the flow, I feel.
طيب until that dream that تبقي little flower girl.
Little flower girl.
until then ايه الدرايف بتاعك؟ ايه اللي كل انسان بيصحى الصبح كده عنده ليه؟ ايه اللي بتقومه؟ What's yours?
My passion, but I said my work initially, but because my work is my passion. على قد هو بيتعبني وعلى قد ما انا هتلاقيني وانتي عارفه الكلام ده اكتر من اي حد, هقول لك I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm burnt out, I'm this, I'm that. على قد ما it is my it's something I'm very passionate about. So that drives me on starting the day. And the reason I do it is also because of my family, because of myself, because of wanting to create a better life for myself, for those around me, for my loved ones. It's what drives me. I get up because I need to, but I'm also happy to do it. There's the need to do things, but you're very lucky when what you need to do is what you love doing, right?
Of course.
So
of course.
I think it's a very important thing. So as hard as sometimes it is, على قد ما I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I enjoy it. I get a kick out of it. فاهمة؟
عايزاكي تكلميني على الكرياتيفيتي, الابداع.
Okay.
Because يعني انتي you're in PR, which is
a very creative job, by the way. Yeah.
يعني I would think so. and والتعامل مع البني ادمين, يعني انتي mainly بتتعاملي مع بني ادمين.
You have to get creative about how you deal with people.
I would believe so.
بصي يعني actually it's funny because you just told me actually about the interview that you read about yesterday, يعني that came out yesterday, and I had written this في الانترفيو إنه growing up I knew I wanted مثلا to work in this industry or I wanted to do fashion or whatever it is. بس I knew إن أنا ما بعرفش أرسم. I don't have the means to do something with my hand, okay? I'm not talented to do art or anything DIY, anything that needs your hand to do is not for me, okay?
يعني you know that for a fact? يعني
I know that for, but see, I'm sure there is areas that I can explore that would work, but I haven't seen as a child مثلا no, I was particularly talented in art or particularly talented in creating.
I will let this go.
You will let this
يعني
go.
I will let this part
I
of the
know that I
conversation
might
go.
have it. I
Yeah.
might have it. But you need also the time and the tranquility to try
find
it
it.
out, right?
Yes,
So
to
I'm
find
sure all of us, but growing up it was just okay, I'm not the best in art, but I'm not good in فاهمة, because
Yes.
that's how you measure برضو. You see everyone around you, you see yourself, you're like okay,
Yes.
I'm not the greatest with art, فخلاص يبقى أكيد أنا I have another talent within me.
يعني فاهمة جاية منين. and I'm just gonna leave it as is because مش مقتنعة بس يعني I'm just gonna leave it.
لا ما انت عارفة آخر مرة when I did the acrylic pouring class, so I realized I'm actually able to pour paint and make a painting.
لا because أنا I believe إنه when it comes to creativity أو how you created احنا مقتنعين من الحاجات اللي مقتنعين منها واحنا growing up إنه it has to be done بطريقة معينة. فالكلمة بتاعت أنا I'm not good with my hands أو I'm not able to إن أنا paint مش الجملة دي في حد ذاتها بالنسبة لي triggering because I believe إنه there is an artist in each and every one of us and how to بس channel this kind of expression.
But there is, and I'm not saying I don't have an artist in me. لا لا, I have a very loud artist in me.
I can see it.
Just not in the creating form, more in the it's here.
Okay.
The artist is here. The artist is conceptual. The artist is coming out with ideas both on a personal and professional level. يعني I actually think my imagination is a wild imagination. Okay, I've always had to tame it. يعني I can create 1,000 things in my head, so I know that my creativity is there. But the only place that I channel it the most is definitely through my work, because زي ما انت تقولي you work in PR. That means doing campaigns, doing events, doing مش عارفة ايه, dealing with people and so on. So all of the creativity I channel there. I think that's definitely.
What is the process itself for you?
Of what?
Of creativity, of creating.
It's not a process. It just happens. It's not. It really isn't a process. انت عارفة إن كل الحاجات في حياتي, whether again professional or personal, all the ideas of things I want to pursue or whatever it is, it always comes to me when I'm sleeping, always, or the moment I wake up. So it's not even a process where I'm going to say, okay, now this is my creative space. I'm going to sit here and an idea should come to me. No, it's ongoing because my mind is ongoing.
No.
يعني in a good way and in a bad way.
It doesn't sleep.
My mind does not get silent.
هياخدنا بقى للكويستشن بتاع البيرن اوت. because انا I relate جدا لفكرة ان الافكار يعني لدرجة ان انا بقى عندي خلاص بقى عندي نوتة بكتب فيها or I use my notes, بس sometimes ببقى قادرة ان انا ابقى شايفة نور وانا بالليل يعني. I write things down ودلوقتي بقيت احس ان هو ده الصوت المظبوط اللي انا محتاجة اسمعه. because قبل كده ما كنتش يعني بقول ده لا ده حلم ده اي كلام لا that's very far off يعني مش حاجة هقدر اعملها. now هو زي ما انتي بتقولي كده هي دي الفكرة اللي انا هختار اعملها. يعني لما تجيلي الفكرة دي وانا نايمة هي دي الفكرة اللي انا هختار اعملها. downside انه you feel زي ما بتقولي ان مخك شغال على طول. فده بيؤدي لايه؟
burnout.
احكيلي عن
a lovely thing
احكيلي عن
they call burnout. احكي لك عليها. بتحصل لي كتير قوي. لا يعني بتحصليش كتير بس I feel it's really characters. okay, يعني انت ممكن تكوني واحدة بتعمل 100 times what I'm doing on a daily level, or you have 100 more stresses than what I have, but your character is different. You take things differently. You digest things differently. I always try to also make people understand this. It's not about how much you're doing. It's just you are done. يعني you are made differently. يعني every person is made differently. ممكن يكون مثلا عندك هم واحد في حياتك وعندك one task to do every day, but that burns you out. وحد تاني يبقى عنده 700 هم و700 task يعمله في اليوم and they're living peacefully. فاهمة قصدي؟ So I believe it's very personal. To me, زي ما قلت لك, I'm an overthinker definitely. For overthinking, what does it mean? You're living very much 2 steps, 3 steps ahead. يعني
بس دي بصيرة. يعني أنا اتصرحت شوية على الموضوع ده فعلى موضوع الاوفر ثينكينج برضو، عشان انا بحاول دايما يعني بحاول ان انا اكسر الكلمات، عشان ما هو انا بقى اوفر ثينك، ومهما عملت مهما اتنفست باوفر ثينك،
overthink.
فاهمه؟
Unless they tell
فبحاول
you meditate بقى.
ما انت
But I'm still overthinking while meditating.
اي even لو انا مش باوفر ثينك like there is a flow of ideas in my head، فاهمه قصدي؟ that's
صح.
not overthinking, it's just
صح.
flow of ideas in your head.
صح.
قلت طب ما ممكن تكون هي دي البصيرة، يعني ممكن تكون ان these are elements that inspire me،
Yeah.
اللي بحاول
Yeah.
اشتغل عليه بان انا I don't obsess over every thought، عارفة؟
بس also ما هي دي يعني. وبعدين خلي بالك it's also true that when you are thinking about something, when are you thinking about it, you'll know if you'll obsess or not. I feel مثلا with me, thoughts that come to me at night tend to become much bigger than life. You know, it's larger than life. يعني suddenly it feels much more, much harder to tackle.
صح.
You know what I mean? If we're going on the burnout phase ولا حاجة، بس يعني بنتكلم في الحتة دي يعني.
Yes.
لما تكوني شايله اهم حاجه تفكري فيها بالليل تحسيها اكبر بكتير، تفكري فيها الصبح تحسيها صغيره قوي وخلاص وتخلص
resonating جدا
resonating
قوي قوي.
يعني that's why sometimes when I feel كده I'm like let's not think about it tonight, let's try to see in the morning if I feel the same way, and then I realize it passes. وبعدين خلي بالك ما هو burnout برضو. yes انت بتتكلمي على overthinking, you overthink so many things, you overcalculate so many things, and then they come and they pass by and you're like, Tama, that was easy. Why am I still getting anxious or burnt out? Burnt out is another thing, but saying anxious or overthinking something every time I have something to do, when every time something comes it passes and all is good. Okay. That was easy. فاهمة؟ يعني
you end up learning انه burnout is just maybe a way ان الجسم بيقول لي اهدي شوية.
هو it is and I read something amazing the other day that I can't remember word by word يعني. بس Shireen Malak, a dear friend, had sent it to me, and it's like this girl that goes to her grandma and she says, Grandma, I'm tired, ومش عارفة ايه. She's like, you know, sit with your tiredness. Sit with it, have it يعني لفيه حواليكي like a blanket. And she's like, yes, but I'm scared like if I sit too still. مش فاكرة دلوقتي قالت ايه بالظبط، بس يعني انه I might get يعني يتغطى عليا خلاص، فاهمة؟ يعني الدنيا تمشي من عليا وخلاص. And the reason that I wanted to say this is because there's a part where she says, because when you burn out or when you're tired, that's the signal of your body telling you you need to relax, you need to get into more comfortable clothes, you need to give in. And when you give in, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm burning out and I need to produce more. No, that means you need to actually burn out. Just sit, relax, let it all go. When you do let it all go, that is when you're going to regain energy to build up again. فاهمة قصدي؟
جدا.
And it's easier يعني said than done. يعني I can't tell you that every time that I feel burnt out, I have the luxury of taking the time off. I don't mostly. But I try to, at least when I'm burning out, to be kinder to myself, to remember this is my body signaling something. And I need to be very attentive to that thing and what it means. And there are times where you can give in and times where you have to continue. How am I going to continue but still be kind to myself because I'm already on the edge?
Yes.
فاهمة? Because you also need to learn, okay, هكمل تمام because I have to, but then let's change our narrative شوية, let's speak in a kinder tone, let's be a little bit more gentle because احنا على تكة. بس yeah.
It's resonating بس يعني لسه بحاول. احنا كنا I think كنا بنتكلم في الموضوع ده يعني قبل كده انه البالانس ازاي الواحد يقدر ان هو يبالانس امتى البيرن اوت ده انا I'm just gonna cancel an event for example, I'm not gonna attend that event, versus ان انا لا انا ممكن اجي على نفسي شوية واروح and maybe my energy would انه sometimes movement brings energy.
True.
Right?
True.
أنا for me I'm still mastering that balance, that choice انه امتى اقدر اجي على نفسي شويه وامتى الاقي انه you know what I'll choose being kind to myself in the manner ان انا هقعد في البيت وما اسمعش حاجه عارفه هقعد مع الستيلنس دي بس for me لسه يعني لسه مش عارفه
But you see the beauty in it with you is you somehow have a choice.
always
With you have a choice. Because you decided to start all over again. And to start a new story of your amazing, prioritizing your amazing, right? I think you always somehow have a choice, but not always. Like in my case, I don't always have the choice.
yes
Sometimes I'll burn out and I don't want to leave home, but I don't have a choice. I have responsibility. But you also have your responsibilities. But maybe because when I speak more work-oriented. There's a lot of responsibilities, right? And burnout comes from a lot of things. فمش عارفة إن أنا مش عايزة أقلل من إن حد تاني ما عندوش مسؤولية. Therefore كلنا عندنا.
هو الفكرة إن كلنا عندنا choices. Everyone has a choice. بس sometimes our choices بتبقى محتاجة إنه يبقى فيه محتاجة energy أكتر. For example يعني مثلا أنا عملت الاختيار بتاعت إن أنا هقف. I'm gonna stop. هو ما كانش اختيار قوي برضو عشان كان لازم أعمل كده.
It was forced on you.
It was 100% forced on me.
It was your body actually that forced it on you, which is the biggest sign of burnout.
ومش forced it هي أنا فعلا because if I had a choice I wouldn't have stopped. يعني لو أنا if I had a choice إنه
because you think you don't have a choice while you're in it, right? Exactly. So this is what I'm trying to. This is really what I'm trying to work on. That I keep giving myself the excuse that I have no choice, but the reality is you always have a choice. So the balance that you're trying to ask me about, I can't say I fully found it. I found it. I find it at times, right? So I'll have a month or two where I'll really find that balance, and then 3-4 months that I won't, and then but the ideal scenarios, and I want to find it consistently. Because
the thing about balance is إنه البالانسينج اكت لو بصيتي على حد بيمشي على الحبل فهتلاقيه دايما wobbling كده وكده 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 and there's only one moment of steadiness. فاهمة؟ فبالانس probably in essence هو this. فاهمة؟ مرة تيجي كده مرة تيجي كده and then there's that sweet moment of إنه finally you feel like everything is aligned.
But
then
sometimes it's a second.
It is a second.
Sometimes it's a second. Oh my God. حاسة إن أنا I'm very balanced, I'm very grounded.
But it's a second.
Exact, and it's a second.
And it's a second.
And then you wobble again.
Yeah.
And then you try to find your way back to yourself and to that balance. And it's a constant search. فاهمة؟
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful search. طيب, I'm gonna take you away from this and I have to talk with you about fashion. لازم. Because أنا من ال firm believers إنه fashion is quite a statement. يعني أكتر حاجة you can express yourself through. أنا بالنسبة لي يعني what I wear, my accessories attached قوي لهم يعني. I have like لازم كل حاجة تبقى حاجة معينة بmeaning معين وكده. I have to speak to you about how do you see fashion and how do you يعني fashion and style الاتنين.
بصي, I don't think I'm the most fit person to speak about style particularly, okay? Because I've always worked in this field. This is all I know actually, because this is what I studied starting when I was 17. This is all I've known, fashion. And I knew I wanted to go into fashion when I was 14. So I have had that obsession ever since.
ازاي بقى مش انتي احسن حد يتكلم عن الموضوع؟
هقولك ليه. لانه I'm not obsessed with fashion as in what I wear, the trends, مش عارفة ايه. I'm obsessed with fashion, the business of fashion. Okay? So a lot of people always come to me and they're like, مثلا what is trending now? I'm like, whatever you feel comfortable in is trending. Whatever fully expresses you is trending. يعني I don't follow this قوي. يعني
بس أنا this is the kind of fashion that I'm talking about. يعني أنا بتكلم
يعني مثلا أنا هقول لك حاجة زي ما تقولي حاجة صغيرة. This is what I wear every day.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I'm wearing every day, whether I'm going to a wedding, whether I will not change it. This is me. فاهمة؟ أنا لو نزلت من غير خواتمي I feel مثلا naked. فاهمة؟ This is my style. It's how I يعني how I express myself. But I don't change it because انتي في occasions معينة لازم تلبسي بطريقة معينة. No. If I'm even going to something more elegant, this is still what you're going to see because this is what makes me feel me. You know what I mean? So this is how I see fashion. Something that you feel completely yourself in, regardless of the trends. Regardless of the trends. It's something that you expresses you, something that flatters you because of your body, because of your colors, because of fahma, which is also a very important factor. Something that مثلا resonates your character. أنا مثلا I love blazers. هتلاقيني في كل وقت لابسة blazers.
Yeah.
For me, it's just me. I love it. It gives me that confidence and that aesthetic or that vibe that I want. Do I also love PJs? Yes, بس قصدي هتلاقيني كتير قوي في حاجات شغل. This is what I like to wear. فاهمة؟
but this is ده اللي لفت نظري جدا انه انت you have a style يعني عندك شكل معين and this is who you are يعني for me and this is what I love يعني أنا I love
Thank you.
I love when fashion and style they blend together and they become an expression يعني I think you've nailed it يعني
Thank you. That's
truly
really
يعني.
sweet. Thank you.
لا حقيقة
اديني خايفة.
عجبني. I want to عايزة أعرف أنت شايفة المستقبل إزاي؟ هقولك ليه عشان دلوقتي with all the AI والتك والمتاك والكلام ده
ضربات قلب ابتدت. اتفضلي.
فلما بقعد كده مع نفسي وأقول أوكي فاين أنا هفيجوالايز 5 سنين قدام or whatever لما أتخيل المستقبل مش هحرق إجابتك مش هقولك أنا متخيله إزاي.
لا ما تحرقيش.
How do you see the future?
It's so funny that you're asking this because I think about the future so much because I just told you I'm an overthinker. Yet if you tell me how do you see yourself in 5 years, not sure. I'm right now I think in a very multi-way place in my head. فاهمة? There are so many things, so many directions that I want to take. I think I've called last year my metamorphosis year. Okay. Personally and professionally.
I love that.
I think I'm still the butterfly hasn't fully developed. But I think once I have that, مش عارفة أقولك يارا, depends on so many things. Like I can't see, and I don't want to talk about بقى technology وال AI. I'm not the most tech person in the world. Of course, do I see the power of everything that we're going through, and do I see it on a personal and professional level? إن هي تساعدنا جدا the whole AI world 100%. But do I want to imagine what's going to be in 5 years with the whole metaverse and مش عارفة إيه? No, I don't want to think about that. I want to be in the real world. I'm a very tangible
أنا كل
oriented
ما بفكر في المستقبل وفي الدايركشن ده بلاقي نفسي راجعة يعني راجعة للروتس راجعة للأرض راجعة للبيسك سمبلسيتي جوا دي فيفر إن أنا الشاي يعني فاهمة as simple as my cup of tea. عايزة أرجع للcup of tea بتاعتي مش عايزة فاهمة مش عايزة
أخش على الميتافيرس أخد الcup of tea بتاعتي.
لا ومش عايزة يعني لدرجة إن أنا مش عايزة موكا فروكا فرابو فاهمة. No I just want a plain cup of tea. فاهمة قصدي يعني as وده على كل الأصعدة فاهمة what I consume من ميديا من أي حاجة things that are real and simple يعني ده كل ما بفكر في ده بلاقي نفسي راجعة إن ده this is where my body
ايوه راجع للOG ما بقولك يعني I don't give it much thought because يعني I feel I want to be in the real I want the real people I want the real place I want reality.
Yes. طيب هبدأ السيجمنت the second segment اللي هو بتاع الكلمات والكلمات and what they mean to you. هقول لك كلمات وانت تقولي لي هم معناهم ايه بالنسبة لك.
Okay.
You can reflect on them. يعني ممكن يبقوا مش شرط literal meaning، ممكن يبقى a situation أو أي حاجة.
Okay.
Vulnerability.
Space of love is what I would say. Because I think you're only able to be vulnerable when someone allows that space and gives you, and that space is coming from a place of love.
Of course.
We all need to be vulnerable. We need to be allowed to be vulnerable. And the only way for you to do that is to surround yourself with people that will give you that space, that talk to you out of a place of love, that you talk to out of a place of love. It's ultimately what you look for in any kind of relationship, because the world is relationships, right? Me and you are a relationship. Everything in the world is a relationship. Yani it's مش as in romantic relationship.
No, everything is
in your life is a relationship.
Yeah.
To be able to fully explore this relationship or to fully give and take within a relationship, you need to be also vulnerable, because you're only real, you're only who you really are when you are fully vulnerable. That you say your fears and your happiness, you share everything. Yes. You're able to allow someone into that space of yours.
Is it scary?
But see, I tend to be a person that will find that space very easily. Whether you've given a lot of space for it or not, I'm very raw. يعني ما عنديش حتة بخبيها قوي. I say who I am, I say what I am, I say what I'm going through, I say what I feel. I feel I tend to always do that.
I think ده الميكس الطلياني.
ده الميكس الطلياني تفتكري؟
يعني مش عارفة، أنا I've been puzzled.
You feel Italians are much more
upfront يعني.
upfront. لا ما بقولك I tend to be very vulnerable with people. Has it hurt me in the past? Absolutely.
What do you do after that?
I try to heal. يعني I heal myself. Does it make me lose trust in humankind? Not necessarily. بس بتبقي حريصة شوية. بس I also believe you cannot know a person fully or learn to trust a person fully if you are not vulnerable. So ايه اللي هيجي الأول؟ فاهمة؟
صح جدا. صح
البيضة ولا
جدا.
الفرخة؟ ما هو if you don't trust, you won't know if you can be vulnerable with this person.
صح.
Can it hit back? It can, but then you won't be truly you anyway. So it's worth the risk, I believe. فاهمة؟ You just خلاص you learn and you heal and you move forward. يعني
I'm gonna take this advice to heart.
بجد؟
Yes.
يعني هتلاقيها حتى يعني even with you يعني احنا when we met أنا lay it out there. This is all. This is my story with everything. فاهمة؟ I will lay it out there. يعني I have no shame or not a reserved person. Yes. Can't say I'm a reserved person. I have no shame in also saying things to people that they could potentially judge me on, use it against me. But it's on them, not on me.
Beautiful. Collaboration is your second word.
Collaboration. I'll always say collaboration over competition.
100%.
Always. And دي بجد اللي جبتها من بره. دي اللي رجعت بيها في شنطة من إيطاليا. You know, when I came to Egypt 7 years ago, this is what I got that I feel somehow needs to be enriched here. Collaboration over competition, everything. In everything. In not just work, in everything. Because you cannot compete with anyone, because no one's formula is the same. So you cannot compete. If you had the same life story like them, the same background like them, the same كونتي exactly the same like them, that's when you can compete. But you cannot compete with someone that has a different formula.
I love that.
فاهمة قصدي؟
I love that.
Collaborate with your friends, collaborate with your family, collaborate with your peers, collaborate with your colleagues, collaborate with your clients, collaborate with your competitors that you see competitors or that are officially competitors. Collaborate with them.
Your third word, faith.
Faith. Something that I've recently, as in a few years ago, found. And I don't know how I was living in this world without this strongly established faith. لقيتها because I had nothing at the time to look for but faith. The only answer was through faith. No one had an answer. Okay? But it was through faith. And faith بقى could be faith in God, faith in the universe, faith in energy, faith in your body, faith in your capabilities, faith, whatever it is. And I don't want to imply to anyone ايه الفيث فاهمة بالنسبة له. بس I found it بقولك deeply a few years ago. And I have a lot of faith. I have a lot of faith different times in different things. So زي ما بقولك, sometimes it will be religion related, sometimes it will be universe related, sometimes it will be faith in the capability of myself and my body.
يعني
in
for
different
what
things.
it's worth, I believe that they're all one and the same.
100%. بس يعني برضو I'd like to keep faith as an open space and not something dividing people of different religions, you know? That's why I try to keep it an open space. You can have faith and in any part of the world or religion or race or upbringing, anything. فاهمة؟ فfaith is also having faith إنه اليانسون ده لو أنا بطني وجعاني
Beauty.
Everything. And I'm very visual. I'm a very, very visual person.
Yeah.
بجد بشوف beauty في كل حاجة. And it also مش هقولك إن أنا كل يوم بشوف برضو يعني مش عايزة أقول يعني I don't every day wake up and see beauty in everything in the world, okay? But I try to always try to see the beauty in things. I try. And it comes naturally. يعني أنا تلاقيني I use my camera a lot. I take a lot of pictures. In situations where يعني أنا مثلا دلوقتي شايفة a beauty in something مثلا هناك في البيت which you might not see it. It resonates يعني it reflects أو emits beauty. بس for me مثلا ده في الهانجر اللي عليها السكارف والجاكيتس واليوجا مات ومش عارف ايه. It shows me مثلا حد داخل وطالع بيت عايش فيه family. So its beauty is very subjective, but I see and I naturally, it's not that I try, I see beauty in a lot of things.
You're very lucky.
الحمد لله. عارفة امتى لاحظتها؟ في 2011 I went through something tough on a personal level. And I was in a very, very, very dark place. Very. And I remember that one time I took my car, كنت نازلة تحت البيت وواخد عربيتي ورايحة الشغل. And I'm driving and as soon as I went out of my house, driving my car بتاع, بصيت لقيت there were two kids, 2-year-olds, بنت وولد. فراحت مش عارفة البنت بتعمله ايه, راح هو مدلعها حاجة كده يعني. And I remember stopping and realizing that was such a beautiful moment. فاهمة قصدي? That was such a, like, there's beauty even in the shittiest days. There's beauty even in the hardest days. There's beauty in everything. You just have to open your mind. See it. فاهمة? Be open. ما انت كل حاجة في الحياة if you're open هتجيلك.
I couldn't agree more. آخر كلمة ودي joie de vivre جدا. What is love for you?
What is love for me? Wow, that's يعني I thought that would be the easiest answer to give you. But it's a very يعني بحاول أفكر لك. Waking up and loving yourself, okay? But it's coming to you with a space of love and giving that love for the time we spend today with each other. It's sitting here and caressing this dog, but from a place of of love, which obviously she feels it and she got comfortable. صح يا بسبوسة. Love is what drives us to be better people to ourselves and to others. I tend to be a person that speaks a lot to myself from a place of fear. Okay. I speak to myself a lot from a place of fear. I'm trying to speak to myself from a place of love. I speak to others, and I think I'm kinder and much more from a space of love with others than I am with myself.
It's easier for some reason.
It's much easier, صح? But yeah, I feel like we all need to work on that. I don't think anyone has fully tackled it, right? That always acting, speaking, emitting from a space of love.
But it would be beautiful if one does.
It would be.
Honestly.
It would be 100%.
Yeah. That's purpose in itself.
But يعني 100%. And then in the meantime, you try to surround yourself with things you love as much as you can. You know, if you can't love yourself entirely yet, or act out of a place of love with yourself entirely, then try to surround yourself with things and people that love you, so at least you get that other perspective. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's, I mean, it's a lot of things, but it's something that I try to prioritize عامة في حياتي. أنا بالنسبة لي above everything else, love. I'm a hopeless romantic كمان.
ربنا معاكي.
I'm a hopeless romantic, so above anything is love. And love بقى love for your friends, for your family, for your work, for people, حتى if you don't know them, act out of a place of love. يعني I'm not saying I'm perfect in this, but I'm trying. I'm working on myself as much as I can.
Thank you for your presence جدا. And you
Thank
were quite
you.
present.
Thank you.
بجد
I love
amid
this.
the craziness, I know how busy you are, but I'm grateful that you were able to come and be present. Thank you.
I am actually very present. Thank you for making me present. يعني I feel وانا بكلم معاكي يا يارا حاسه انه بجد ما فيش غير انا وانتي في العالم. مش عارفه ازاي انا ببص لك في عينك and I feel like a lot of what we've spoken about you're feeling it. فاهمه انت احنا شايفين بعض فيها.
So I'm resonating جدا عامة باللي انتي بتقوليه. I hope
I
many
love
people
that.
does.
I love that.
Because
Thank
it's beautiful
you for
and loving.
Thank you for giving the space, physical and mental and emotional for this. Yani, thank you for having me with you, and thank you for giving me that space always, because you always give me that space.
I love you.
I love you.